What the fuck is up, people? It's Bread and Circuses. We don't have a guest for you. It's just your boy Caleb Salvatore.
Yeah, deal with it. It's Nick. I'm the guest today. What?
He's the guest on his own show.
Caleb's the guest. I'm the guest. We're all the guests here. Welcome to our homes because you can see us live here. We're doing it. Yeah, we're doing it. We're doing it live over the internet tonight. Me and Caleb had a pretty busy weekends, both of us here.
Yeah, dude. It's so we're moving studios. We're gonna have a different studio. We had to do it fucking remote in because the new one's not set up yet. But it will be, and it's gonna look fucking ballin', and it's gonna sound fucking ballin' because I got some shit that's gonna help with that. So
yeah, and I think our sound quality sounds really good right now, actually. So I don't think there should be too much of a problem with that. But
definitely,
man, there's been a lot of stuff going on this whole week since we last did our show with Neon. Man, the first thing, these fucking Area 51 memes, dude. Oh my god,
we could talk about this the whole duration of the show, and
we almost could. So I was just talking with the boys that I was at on the where I was doing this weekend here. I guess this is just starting to become a thing. I mean, I've known about this Facebook group for kind of a while now. We're streaming this as of the 14th of July. So I've known about this Facebook group for about like 2 or 3 weeks now. And I guess now it's just getting really popular. If you look at like the numbers on Facebook right now,
we posted something on the Bread and Circuses page when the meme first started.
Oh yeah,
like
we did.
It was a tiny little event, and we were like, think we should get Zach out there with a camera to film this or something like that.
We fucking did. That's right. I remember that now, dude. That's crazy. We're fucking follow Bread and Circuses by Big Bill Media. Get the first snatch on all the memes going on.
Yeah,
be there before they're cool, dude.
Apparently. Well, no, that's what we but no, it's really fucking cool that we had that. But yeah, the U.S. government's taking it seriously, though. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I think it is, and I think it's good that they are, and I think it's the whole situation is just hilarious, and I really want to see, dude. So I checked the Facebook page like today, right?
Yeah.
In the afternoon. The going at it is at like almost 700,000.
Oh my
the
God.
Interested is like 600. So just think of that. If fucking half of those people show up, that's 400,000 people like that would show up to this. That would Naruto run into Area 52, dude.
Could you imagine? Here's what'll probably happen. You'll probably get a couple hundred people that actually show up and get their asses arrested.
You think, man? Because I mean, dude, this is a pretty big thing. Like, what if fucking 500 people show up? That's a lot of people, dude.
So it's like it's weird how you handle that though, because it is a top secret base.
It
so
is.
It's like,
yeah, they're gonna get all the Halo weapons out of there, man.
Let's say 500 people do show up. I mean, if they really wanted to, they could mow those people down pretty quickly.
You think they would, though? I mean,
no, I think they unless those people show up with guns, I think they hit them with some tear gas and fire hose and call it a day.
I think so too. I think they would just do non-lethal. I keep seeing all these fucking people think like, oh, they're gonna fucking scramble fighter jets and drop nukes on them.
No.
Like, are you serious,
No.
man? They're not gonna waste that much money on 500 dickheads running into a fucking base.
No, yeah, you're gonna get hit with some rubber bullets. You're gonna cry and go home. That's what's gonna happen.
I don't know if something like this has ever actually happened before. Do you?
What? People like
just storming like a base like this?
Well,
like,
I think it's fun to think about, even though it's not going to happen. Like, what would happen if 500,000 people collectively got together and said, "Let's storm Area 51"? Like,
yeah, what would happen, dude? There's got to be something on there, otherwise they wouldn't have like armed guards running around the desert.
Definitely.
You know?
Well, I'm just thinking like. Do you think like straight up 500,000 people, a good number of them are armed to the teeth? What's going to happen if they show up and decide let's just rush Area 51? They
don't even need to show up with guns, man. Like just having, I mean, so we were talking about this with some of my army buddies, right? Like,
right.
There's no way they can't have more than like fucking 500,000 bullets on that base, right?
They'd have to have it like emergency shipped in.
Yeah, and I mean, no one's gonna be able to do that fast, right?
No.
So that's given that they hit every single shot that they make, which against a bunch of running ass motherfuckers. I don't know. No one's that good of a shot.
No,
not
I
that many
agree.
people.
I think if like 5 or 7 or whatever the number's at now, 700,000 people really got together and decided to rush Area 51, I think they could take it.
They're gonna run in,
hold it is another story.
They're gonna run in and steal the UFO that's supposedly there, man.
Yeah. So if there's really this top secret shit that they don't want us to know about there, and all these people manage to rush it, and let's say half of them lived, and they take it over, they're just gonna drop a fucking bomb on that place and call it a day.
I don't know if they would stay there. I think they would just see like live stream on their phone or whatever is there, and just
the
leave,
millennial revolution.
Yeah, dude. I bet you half of the people that rush it could get away with it, man. Like how would they know, dude? What, they show up in a bunch of fucking Guy Fawkes masks or like a bunch of gorilla masks or something? Like nobody's gonna know.
That's true. Did you see Chuck Norris and Keanu Reeves both said they're in?
They're in. Oh,
fucking
you can't.
Over.
Dude, it's over. Now. You can't kill those guys, man.
John Wick and fucking Walker Texas Ranger are going to go into the area as the guards just run at them one at a time like they do in the movies.
Yeah, and just John Wick just shoots him in the head. Like,
yep, guys getting roundhouse kicked.
Yeah. We were discussing it too, like, with the 500,000 people running there. I mean, like I said, clearly there's got to be something there. Like right. I saw, and keep in mind this was CNN, so like I'm taking it with a grain of salt.
Fake news.
But like, yeah, they showed like some like satellite photos of it, of the actual base there. It's like next to a dried up lake in Nevada, right?
Yeah.
Apparently they've got like the ICE detention centers there. That's what the satellite image said. I don't know if it's 100% true. Take that for what it's worth, but I mean that doesn't sound too far fetched for them.
No, Well, so Area 51 is like a part of a huge area that's owned by the U.S. Air Force.
Yeah.
So it's there's more than just Area 51 there. They've got massive bases there.
It's like something lake, like
Broom Lake.
Yeah, Broom Lake. Yeah,
Broom, Groom.
Broom Lake. Yeah, and I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't even be doubt. Like I read something on Wikipedia, and like keep in mind that source was cited for something, but it said in like the 60s and 70s, they also used like that area to fly around Russian like planes, like MiGs from the day, and that's what the area is that they developed the Top Gun program, because they were having a lot of issues with getting into dogfights in the Korean War because both sides had jets, and they had no like Air Force pilots trained to.
Do you think Kenny Loggins was there?
Kenny Loggins.
Highway to the danger zone. That's what you say. Maybe. Top Gun. That's what it reminds me of.
Dude, it's been so long since I've seen Top Gun. Don't they do that in like California or something?
Yeah. No, it just reminded me of that when you said it.
But that was like a real program that they used to like train how to like fight Russian jets. So
yeah. Well, now they have. Well, I wouldn't be surprised to find out there were aliens there or some kind of shit like that.
It doesn't even have to be aliens, man. It could be like some crazy stuff they stole from like China or something. Like, just think of like what that can imply. Like, if and all one person has to do is fucking stream it to their Facebook Live, dude.
And that's over. The secret's out.
It's over. They got Godzilla in there.
Yeah. Oh shit. Well, there was the documentary. It's on Netflix. He was on Rogan, the Bob Lazar documentary.
Yeah.
He swears up and down that there were UFOs there.
Yeah, well, not even UFOs, it's just alien ships, because UFOs are just unidentified flying objects.
Saucers,
yeah.
Well, no, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, it's really cool how he says like that ship flies around that uses like some off-world like fuel to create like an anti-gravity zone inside of it. That's fucking crazy, man.
Well, it's a lot of the stuff he said has turned out to be true.
Yeah.
And he hasn't gotten rich off of this. He hasn't made any money. Like, in fact, when he went on Joe Rogan's show, Rogan wanted to fly him out, and he's like, "No, you won't pay for me. I'll come out here on my own dime."
There's been like recorded like threats against it, like raids into his house and stuff like that.
Right
like
after they shot that video or that movie.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's not that far fetched to me to think that the government's hiding something there. I mean,
no.
Maybe they're hiding another Japanese internment camp, huh?
Fucking FDR.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Well, he said, fuck, what was it? They interviewed his neighbor on that documentary, and it was like, he's like, I've been with Bob and we've been shot at.
I wouldn't doubt it, dude. Like, just say like the fucking G-men of like the U.S. government, dude. They like fucking scare me. So I totally would not doubt it at all.
No, I don't know how that guy. I think the fact that he went public right away is the only reason he's still alive. Because I feel like
probably
the methods he took, if he would have went about it any other way, that dude's laying in like buried 20 feet deep in a cornfield with bullets in the back of his head.
I know, right? And like, because nobody knows who he is or anything like that. Like,
he went to every fucking news station. Because you can't kill a guy like that. You have to at that point you have to use propaganda, because if you kill a guy like that, and instead of just saying, oh, he's just crazy, like if you kill the guy, now you legitimize what he's saying.
What's the easiest way they'll propagate against it too is say he's a child say he's got child porn.
Yep, that happened. There was it was like the space station in New Mexico. Let me see if I can find it. There was a space or a satellite, like a telescope thing in New Mexico. And it was a couple years, like a year and a half ago. And this, like, it was something came on the screen that it didn't look right. It looked like a ship or something like that. And it shut off real quick.
Yeah.
So feds raided it within 20 minutes of that shit shutting down. And like a week later, accused the guy or claimed they found kiddie porn on someone's computer there.
How hard is that to just go in and put that on somebody's computer?
Oh, it's not hard at all.
Yeah.
And I think we've said it before, with the Alex Jones thing, just about everyone's spam email probably has somewhere you could go to download some pretty nasty shit.
Yeah, like people don't realize how easy it is for like malicious stuff to get into their computer like that.
Yeah. You don't even know. I
forget the name of it. There's this it's like this hacking program that was developed by the US government to hack like Iran.
Oh, okay.
Let me look it up. By US government. Iran. Basically, it was a Stuxnet. Have you ever heard of this, man?
No. What's that?
So Stuxnet was this malicious.
When was it?
It was developed. It was first uncovered in 2010. Yeah. But it has. So this is according to the Wikipedia page, right? Stuxnet is a malicious computer program first uncovered in 2010, thought to have been developed in at least 2005. It's basically what it did was it had this super specific thing that would activate it, and it basically was just going through like seriously every single database in the world almost, but it was only made to trigger when it got into like Iran's nuclear like reactors or something like that in their computers, and basically when it activated it like shut down their nuclear reactors, and it was developed by like programmers from the US government.
Oh really?
Yeah, and what it really shows is like just like how fucking crazy like computer hackers can be. It's not like the 90s like idea of it where the guys like type in fucking CD trays are opening and close
coming up across the screen.
The fucking Matrix, like type in 1 million words a minute and it's like fucking downloading your bank account. Like,
yeah. And he's got the little thing that like tries every possible password until it
But just think of like how crazy that is, because like how like your power programs like are all linked up to computers, right? Like airlines, like even a lot of military like missile systems and stuff are just loaded into computer programs. Like if you had some kind of program that got into those computers and just fucking triggered a missile to explode in a silo or something like that, like that's very possible. I mean, it's not something that's completely out of the realm of science fiction to have something create that.
That's terrifying.
I know, man. That's why cyber defense is such a huge industry right now.
Oh yeah, they'll take any fucking able-bodied person in their 20s and teens they can.
With computer degrees just fly off the shelf for it, and it's crazy because from what I understand, most modern like people that work in that field will tell you that they're like years behind the most sophisticated like hacking stuff. So
oh yeah,
we've been seeing it a lot here. There's been some fucking people over in Russia that have just been like hacking into all these companies here in the US. Like,
you know what they say? I actually read an interesting article about that. I don't remember where it was, otherwise I'd shout it out. But
yeah,
the FBI and those bigger companies, where they run into a lot of problems is they piss test, because they say the best hackers out there, you know, are fucking smoking pot in their basement while they're doing this shit, and they can't pass a drug test to get hired at one of these companies or the FBI.
Is that just at the US? Because I mean, like a lot of these people that developed this stuff are just some fucking guy living in like Portugal or like some guy.
I'm not sure about that.
Yeah, because like a lot of people that like data breach companies live in like the other countries, like Eastern Bloc countries and stuff like that. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a lot of what these people will do too. Like you've heard about this. I forget what they call it, but it's like basically where people will hack into a company, show the company their flaws in their in like digital security.
Oh yeah,
and then tell them they can fix it for them, and like would pay me a lot of money.
Yeah, I've seen that before. I've heard of that. There's like a Dwayne Johnson movie, not about that, but about something like it.
Dwayne Johnson's a hacker man.
More like physical security than like he was like a military vet or something like that, and he was like showing this company, here's what's wrong with it.
Oh, wasn't there a movie where I think it was the guy who plays Rocky, what's his name? It was a Stallone movie where he did that with prisons.
Maybe.
Yeah, I know there's a movie where he does that. He's like paid to basically break out of prisons and show them how their security can improve. And like the whole plot to it. Yeah, because he meets Dwayne Johnson in the prison.
Stallone does?
No, he meets fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger in the prison, actually. Yeah, that's who he meets. He meets Arnold Schwarzenegger, who's like an old guy in the prison that helps him escape. But it's like this crazy prison, like an island, and like he gets betrayed. Something like that. Yeah.
That's recent. That's like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I've never seen that.
This Stuxnet thing reportedly ruined almost 1/5 of Iran's nuclear centrifuges, which is like nuclear centrifuge is like a thing that is like that powers the fucking nuclear reactors. So like it caused like a lot of problems. It said it was introduced as a worm. Like, I don't know. This is like a lot of like computer hacking stuff that Wikipedia is saying that I don't really understand a whole lot. Right. But it sounds to me like it was just introduced with like a flash drive or something, and then just kept going in between programs and everything. So, yeah, it's pretty crazy, like, to think that that's what people can do with like malicious intent with computers. So,
like, you really think your bank account's safe?
Yeah, just think that they can knock out the power in a whole city. Yeah, like potentially, right?
They can they can get into your nuclear reactors. The thing is, your bank account's so insignificant they just don't do it.
They don't want to steal. They don't want to steal the $8,000. Yeah, the $8,000 you have in savings, man. Yeah. Like that's not a big target. Like, I mean, maybe though. Like,
for the smaller ones, yeah,
they'll
go after it. But what's up?
I was just gonna say a transition. Like, fucking, have you been seeing all this stuff with the Women's World Cup player and everything? I know making all the libertarian dudes.
I'm like trying to fucking figure it out. Like, so they say there's a pay gap, but they're paid more than the men.
Well, they're paid a higher percentage of their earnings of their thing. So I'm just like, man, you guys better just like quit while you're ahead. Like, you're gonna get people to stop watching if you're just like politicizing their stuff.
What's gonna happen is they're gonna sue. They're gonna say, "Oh, pay gap, blah blah blah." They're gonna say, "You know what? You're right. You're paid a higher revenue, or you're a higher percentage of the revenue than the men." They're going to give the men a fucking pay raise.
That'd be
happen.
That'd be fucking funny, dude.
They're paid 13% to the men's 9%.
Dude, I know that the WNBA always raises these kind of stuff up too, and it's
like, more fucking money. The WNBA loses money.
Yeah, it's like the WNBA is so boring to watch, though, man. I don't know what it is about sports like that that's just like not interesting to watch.
It's not the PC thing to say, but men are built to do those things.
Sports wise, I mean, there's really athletic women, so like I get what you're saying.
The outlier. They're the outlier.
Yeah, everybody in like.
Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
If you take the best player in the WNBA and put her on the worst team in the NBA, she probably won't even crack the game day roster.
Yeah. She probably couldn't. She could maybe play on like a bad like men's college basketball team.
She might make in the D League, maybe.
Yeah, it's just like it's so crazy, like the difference. Because like if you're an American professional athlete playing like in Americans like the NFL or even the fucking MLB, man, like they take seriously the top quality athletes for every sport except soccer for some reason.
Right.
Like soccer, because soccer isn't popular in the U.S. because we have too many other sports. Like, but yeah, it's just like we have like honestly every player like at least in like the NBA for men are seriously like human freaks of nature. Like the way they're built.
I'm not even comparing them. Forget LeBron James. Forget Anthony Davis or Giannis. Dude, let's talk about
comparing to that white boy from Creighton that plays on Cleveland, dude.
Korver? Like, compare him to fucking James Jones because that's about the level she's gonna. Have you ever heard of James Jones?
No,
exactly. That's about the level she's gonna produce at the NBA.
Yeah,
like
because those guys like they have like crazy arm spans, like. They're high. They're like what? Like what's the average NBA player? Like 6'7" or something?
Probably about 6'6", 6'5".
So that's still
point guards.
That's ridiculously tall, dude.
Yeah.
Like that's not average height of people.
No, the average height's like 5'10".
Yeah,
5'11", 185 on a lean bulk.
Well, that's just physically like how naturally dudes are built. So like the tallest woman is not going to be as tall as the tallest man.
No,
and, I think it's weird to say because like when it comes to other sports, like look at like women in like the UFC, dude.
Right.
Women UFC fights are fucking fun to watch. Remember watching Ortega and the Holly Holmes fight, man?
Right.
Like people were all like stoked about that. Like when Ronda Rousey was fighting all good, like people were stoked. Yeah, people were stoked
fight
about
each other. Okay, here's tallest player in the WNBA right now, Elizabeth Cambage, 6'8".
6'8". That's the tall. Well, okay. So what's the tallest NBA player?
Tallest NBA player is Taco Fall for the Celtics, who's 7'6", but that's a freak. I mean,
6'8's a freak for a woman, dude.
For anybody, 6'8's a freak. I mean, if you compare him to us, but what position does she play? Let me see here.
She's got to be like a.
She's got to be a center.
Yeah, she's got to be
there. Yeah, she's a center.
Yeah,
a 6'8" center in the NBA doesn't make the team.
Yeah, that's like a size of like a good like point guard or something like that.
Doesn't make it. And then there'll be what about Charles Barkley? She's not Charles Barkley. She's not Charles Barkley.
Yeah, Charles Barkley.
Compare her to Charles Barkley. It's just not a thing.
How tall was Charles Barkley?
He wasn't tall. He played power forward, but he was like 6'6", 6'5". He wasn't that tall. But he knew how to use his weight.
That's short for the NBA though. Like the 6'6" is short for the NBA.
Center, absolutely, and he would tower over most WNBA players.
Yeah,
like. But no, this chick, she's 6'8". I'm assuming I don't know how great she is.
And it's not to say either that they're not good at basketball. Those fucking chicks could mop the floor with any of us. Exactly. Sure. It's just like them compared to the best men's players. It's like they're just in a whole different league, man.
Well, I'll put it into perspective. She's a center at 6'8", right? Mm-hmm. LeBron James is a small forward at 6'9".
Yeah.
Right? You know, guys like Ben Simmons are 6'11" point guards.
Yeah.
You know, it's a different era. People are big as fuck. You know, humans naturally get bigger with every generation. We're like the next generation of athletes, we're going to see 6'8" point guards in the NBA,
probably.
You know, on the regular basis. And,
the NFL, I know the NBA players have physically changed. Have the NFL players? I mean, the NFL players are like probably bulkier, maybe.
I think that's more to do with training.
Probably
anything
because they don't really look any different than they did like 10-15 years ago. Like
they don't. I think maybe 30 years ago you'll see a difference. Like you didn't have any 6'7" Rob Gronkowski type.
But that was the fucking 80s though. So I guess those guys were probably still using steroids back then though.
They were. I think everybody uses steroids.
The equipment's a lot different now, though. Like, I was having an argument with somebody about, like, they were talking about like the long-term brain damage effects, and that was like, well, you can't really compare that to football now because like they know so much more about it. They just know so much more about it now, and they design equipment around it. Like, you look at the stuff they were using in the fucking 70s and 80s, man. Like, right.
Well, that's
that
like
equipment was garbage.
Would you let your kid play football? I don't know. Like, let me fucking wait and see what the data comes out with this new equipment, because all these guys are brain dead now that were playing with leather helmets.
Yeah, they were playing with literally just plastic on their head.
Yeah, just shit tier equipment. Let me see what the new fucking shit. Let's see what the new data is. Let's see 20 years from now.
Remember how the NFL was like, and even in the like 90s, where like dudes were literally like just fucking missiling themselves with their heads into players. Like,
dude, even the early 2000s was like that.
They found that shit was fucking people up, and they they got them to stop. Like, football now is way different than it was in those era.
You know what though? The players are getting smart. The NFL players are, because they realize it destroys their body. They're not spending their money other than on necessities while they're playing. They invest it, and then they retire after 8 years. That's what they're doing. They're doing their Gronk approach.
That's not a bad approach to it. I mean, like, you make all that money, dude, to be brain dead at 50. Like, that's not fucking cool. Like,
no. Or maybe not even brain dead at 50, but like your back is wrecked and your knees, you can't fucking run at all. And
I'm not going to say that football is like good for your fucking body. I mean, sure, it's not great for it. No. It's a contact sport. There's going to be bad things that happen, but I mean, literally look at like this kind of injuries that can happen, like the UFC, man. Like, people get fucked up in the UFC, and like, you don't see people sitting there going, "Oh, I'm not gonna let my kids do that" or something. Like, I'm sure you do. Actually,
I wouldn't let my kid do UFC.
I wouldn't let my kid do boxing, but I don't know if I would.
I'd let my kid box. I wouldn't let him do UFC though.
Yeah. Even though the UFC is probably, I think they say even the UFC is safer though, because they don't strike as much. Like, it's grappling, so like you get like ground game stuff.
That's true. Maybe, I don't know.
But people get fucked up in like every sport, man. Like, people get fucked up in basketball. People get fucked up in baseball.
Basketball injuries, so they're not as frequent, and you know, basketball players live a lot longer, obviously, because they're not destroying their bodies. But if you see when basketball injuries happen, they're like way worse.
They're really bad. They're like
football
limbs.
Yeah, it's like so it's like a guy lands wrong in a basketball game and his fucking bones sticking out of his leg.
Yeah. That's God. That brings up that bad memory of that. Like, that was a College World Series game or something like that. Where that happened.
NCAA the guy from Louisville.
Yeah.
You know, that actually saved his life, right?
Did it really? Bones
he had a bone cancer.
No
there was
shit.
A tumor on that leg, and that's why the bone was so weak that it snapped, and they never would have known to look for it if that didn't happen.
Wow, dude.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
God's plan.
I know, right? Yeah, it's like, it actually saved it. He actually came back and played, I think, like the next year or the year after.
That is insane, dude.
Yeah, that saved his life. That's great.
1 in a million there, man.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
It's like sometimes you just count your blessings.
I know, right? That's a fucking blessing, man.
Yeah, because I mean, they took him in and fucking x-rayed all the shit. They're like, "Whoa, you got a fucking tumor on your leg," and they were able to get in and take it out. And I think he's doing okay now.
That's good. I remember seeing that back in the day, and like I was like, "Oh my god, it's so gross."
I remember watching it happen. It was disgusting, and Twitter blew up because Twitter was just becoming a thing. And I think I was over at my grandma's house or something, and I remember.
Your grandma was probably not happy seeing that. I can imagine.
My grandma, she grew up. I mean, you guys know how I am that listen to this show, and then my brother is pretty much just like me. So, like, I was at his graduation party, and I took over control of the stereo and played the song "Drugs" by Little Aaron, which the lyrics are just, "I only say I love her when I want to fuck her. I only hit her up when I'm taking drugs." Those are the lyrics, and she is not happy about that.
That's funny.
Did you see the video of the angry little man?
Mm-mm.
Oh my god.
So what's that? Yeah, what's that?
If you Google angry little man, so it's like at this bagel shop, and like it's this guy's like 5 feet tall, and he's going, and they recorded. The recording obviously started in the middle of this because he's just going in on these people.
Yeah.
various ways. Like, you think it's okay for women on dating? And it's in New York, right? So he's got the accent.
Oh, I've seen memes of this, of like images of it. I've never actually seen the actual video.
Father, my boss, that guy.
Yeah, I've seen the memes.
Yeah, so he's women on dating sites have told me to drop dead because I'm 5 feet tall, and like people are like, "Who told you that here?" He goes, "Women in general." Various women on dating sites, and he's just going crazy. And he randomly gets in this dude that's like 6'5's face, and he's like, "What? Why don't you fucking come down here? Let's step outside, bitch."
Why don't you come down
here?
Yeah.
And then some other guy like in the back of the line that just wanted to get up. He's like, "Shut the fuck up." He's like, "No, you shut the fuck up. Come over here and attack me." And the guy calls his bluff, and he just runs at him and tackles him to the ground.
Oh my god!
Slams him on the ground. Oh my god. It's so funny.
That doesn't come out as staged at all or anything.
No, it's real because he like took news interviews after it. Like,
oh my god!
And he freaked out on the reporters and shit.
That's
and then he did.
Funny.
So yeah, he did like a 15-second bit with this one lady, and of course this woman's like 5'10", and they put her in 6-inch heels.
Oh my god!
You know what? I already don't like you, and he just storms off. So then they had him on with this other guy, and it was like a 9-minute interview, and he's saying all this crazy shit. And like at first I felt bad for the guy because like in the video, he's acting like an ass, but you can tell there's a lot of pain there. Like just like he's obviously been fucking picked on his whole life. Women don't like him because he's so short.
I want to see the picture of this guy. I'm gonna Google it real quick.
So
what's it? Short man? Like what is
just type in short man Bagel Boss because that was the name of the restaurant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah.
You can just see the look on his face too, like that fucking polo shirt.
Oh yeah. You can tell there's like obviously he's had some pain. And at first I wanted to feel bad for him as I'm watching the interview, I'm like, I feel bad for this guy. And by the time it was over, I did a complete 180 because he's just one of those professional victims. He's like he apparently has a YouTube channel where he just talks shit on people who he feels have wronged him. So he's calling all these people out on the fucking news. Like
that's like almost what we do on here, isn't it? Yeah. No, not even close, actually.
No, not even close. And he's like dropping people by name, saying, "This guy ripped me off for $700, blah, blah, blah." And it's like, this dude's a professional victim. And then he goes off saying, "I'm the new prophet. I'm fighting bullying. I'm the modern day Martin Luther King Jr." I'm like, chill. Did you just compare yourself to Martin Luther King?
Damn, that's a bold claim there.
You got your ass kicked at a bagel shop. He's the prophet standing. He called himself a prophet.
Damn, dude. That's fucking crazy ass motherfuckers, dude.
I love it when people act out like that in public, though. I think it's the funniest shit.
I've only seen it like a few times, and usually it's in fast food restaurants.
Yep. An old person, a boomer.
Yeah, it seems like like fast food joints bring out the worst in people.
Oh, absolutely.
Man, I remember we were at a Wingstop one time, me and Anna, and like this one lady, I don't know what the hell happened. Like maybe they were really busy, actually, I remember, and they were taking a little bit to bring her food out. And like they were apologizing, like, "Look, hey, we got like a lot of people here." Like it was like that kind of deal where there's people out the door waiting, right?
Right.
It's that busy. And like she finally gets her food and storms out because she's like yelling at him, and the guy's just like looks at like me and Anna is like shrugs, and we're just like, "Hey, what are you gonna do, man?" He just starts laughing. And he's like, "You saw that, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, we saw that."
Oh my, yeah. I was at Walmart one time, not too long ago, like a year ago maybe, and this old man is just going in on this cashier, and it's like you can tell that it's just the situation. I don't even remember what it was about. It was something fucking stupid.
Probably like, "Oh, they didn't have enough fucking boxes of the candles."
Right.
Like
you can tell it's one of those situations where like she has explained it to him a dozen different ways and he just doesn't want to understand it.
We don't offer that scent of trash bags anymore.
Right, yeah.
There was a limited time. It was a limited time, and he's just like, "No, I saw them for a
trash bags, damn it."
I saw them there for a month and now they're not here. That's what limited time means.
He's mad because they changed the bottle design on his favorite brand of flavored water.
Some dumb shit like that.
Yeah, that's fucking petty. So like, he kept asking her and she kept explaining it to him. And at this point, I would like to say I was doing it to be altruistic, but I just wanted to get the fuck out of there because this dude was holding up the line. And I'm like, dude, she doesn't know I'm like, dude, you've asked her the same question 100 times. She doesn't fucking know. Just move on. And I dropped the F-bomb right in his fucking face at the Walmart. And he's like, I guess I'll be leaving then.
Yeah, I guess you will, buddy.
On this fucking 16-year-old girl and be Mr. Tough Guy, but I'll fucking beat your ass if you get in my face like that.
But like, annoying.
I didn't even do it to be like heroic. I just wanted to get the fuck out. I don't like going to Walmart. The most demoralizing thing a man can hear when he's out with his significant other is, let's stop at Walmart while we're out. I don't want to go to Walmart.
It's really interesting. Like Walmarts have a really tough time holding employees around here. I saw like the minimum wage here in Omaha is $9.50. Yeah. I saw the Taco Bell pays $11.50 here, and I'm like, damn, dude, does that just mean like those? Because like it's supply and demand, right? Like nobody wants to do those shitty service jobs. Yeah. Obviously, they're gonna have to fucking pay more for it, man. Like if you can't hold on to people, like
they have to, and eventually a lot of those people will be replaced with machines. That's just the way it is.
Yeah, maybe.
Taco Bell.
I did see a Taco Bell was doing this thing where like you go and put in your order first on like a little screen, and then you walk up and pick it up from the counter. And I'm like, I don't like that at all. I wouldn't fucking do that.
No, I don't know. It's like
I like talking to people. I know I'm probably a weird person for that, but I like actually interacting with a person when I go to a store or a restaurant or something. So
now I want some Baja Blast.
I know, right?
That's cute for me. But yeah, no, I kind of agree. I kind of like just talking to people, like when you go out to eat and stuff like that. Like how I kind of like the feel of having a server. Maybe I'm different. I don't know. I
know there's like people that complain like about using like the automatic like bagging groceries for yourself, and I'm like, dude, I fucking hate doing that, man. I'm going to a grocery store. Like I'm not going there to do the work for the grocery store.
I know. It's like I'm fucking working just like not just the bagging groceries, the self-checkout in general.
Yeah, you might as well just send me into McDonald's and have me flip the fucking burger myself.
If I'm in a hurry and I have like 2 items at the store, I will go through the self-checkout because I don't want to wait for other people.
Yeah.
But
I won't,
if man. I'm grocery shopping for the month, man, no. I'm not gonna go to the self-checkout.
Maybe it's just for principle, but like I won't use a self-checkout like unless they like make me and they take me over there and then they like scan all the items for me because I'm like, dude, I'm fucking lazy as shit. I don't want to do the groceries. Like, oh yeah, maybe I'll just go into the back and I'll fucking stock the shelves for you too, bro. Yeah. Like, yeah, let me.
No, that is a good point. It's like when you go to McDonald's, I don't fucking fry the burgers up.
Yeah, yeah. And you'll see these people. I've seen these people like those spurgs, like will be like, oh, but some people don't like to talk to people and stuff like that. I'm like, fucking tough shit, man. Like, you got to interact with people in real life. That's how real life works. It's not like
we're so antisocial.
Yeah.
I had an ex-girlfriend. I would get in that, not argument, but discussion with her all the time. She's like, I don't want to talk to somebody. I'm like, yeah, God forbid you fucking look up from your phone.
God forbid that you have to interact with somebody in real life, dude. Like, that's fucking the worst thing that's going to happen to you today.
The fuck up. You're like, and it's not just our generation. I know, like, people in their 40s and 50s. I don't want to talk to somebody.
Yeah. I mean, dude, they want to try and say it's like the cell phone generation. There are plenty of fucking boomers and stuff that back in the day just walk around carrying a fucking newspaper.
Yeah, I know.
You remember when people used to do that in like restaurants and like back in like fucking stores and stuff, just have their face deep in a magazine?
Yeah, it's like you're still ignoring your kids and friends. It's
people have always been doing that shit. Yeah, and I always see when people complain about like they think that like books and stuff are gonna go away because everybody's on a tablet. It's like, motherfucker, you can read a book on a tablet, dude. Like,
I think it's more efficient. I like the ebooks because I can listen to a book and consume the same information while I do something else. So I can multitask now. You couldn't. You didn't. That's what's so slept on. Oh,
yeah.
They're reading. We're getting dumber. No, you're gaining the same information.
Yeah. If anything more efficient.
The same way.
if anything, it's more efficient and it's not using paper on the book. So it's honestly more like resource better, you know?
It conserves paper.
Yeah.
And like you said, you're still engaging your brain.
Yeah.
You know, the same amount. You still got to hear it, process what's going on. But now you can multitask. Now you can work on your proposal for your business or your homework or whatever the fuck it is.
Dude, have you ever met those people that can listen to 2 audiobooks at the same time and like legit comprehend what both of them are saying?
No, and I don't think I want to.
I've met a guy like that before. Well, I not met, but I know a guy who does that.
Yeah.
And it's crazy, man. But that guy's like insanely smart. But like just imagine if like your brain could work that well.
There's only like 10 of these people in the whole US.
Really?
I remember in high school, like in psychology class, they made us watch this video about these people, like their memories were so good they would be like July 3rd, 1986. This dude would tell them exactly what happened on that day.
Oh, there's like people with like crazy, like not very well functioning autism and stuff that can like hear a piano, like a Beethoven piano song once, and they'll be able to replay forever.
They were just normal people. They'd ask this guy, they're like, this guy was a Redskins fan or something like that, and they asked him,
oh no, that's not a normal person.
No,
so it's it.
They're like, what happened on this day in Redskins history? And he fucking spouts off like the exact statistics, like who won, how many touchdown passes the quarterback had,
that's
what
insane,
the score
dude.
was. Yeah. I couldn't even that's one of those things you just can't grasp it. Like
I can't even remember my wife's phone number sometimes.
Right.
Like let alone like
me neither. Yeah, I can remember my own.
Yeah, the only reason I can remember my mom's, I can only remember mine and my mother's, and because they've been the same for like 12 years.
Same.
I don't know my dad's phone number.
My dad's is the same too, and I can remember my brother's because for whatever reason it starts with the same prefix as mine.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
my dad had the same phone number for like ever, and then he got a work cell phone, and I don't memorize phone numbers. Like
yeah.
Honestly, you don't even really have to anymore. There's so many easy ways to get phone numbers from people.
That's like the thing with boomers. They're like they brag about how many phone numbers they memorize. Like, yeah, you wasted your fucking memory on all that shit, and I get to use mine for other things.
Good, man. Now you can learn how to program the fucking clock on your microwave, dude.
Exactly. They never have them fucking programmed. That always annoyed the shit out of me when the people don't fucking program their microwave clocks.
That annoys the shit out of me too, dude. Like I always make sure. It's the most annoying thing about it is when like you got a power outage at your place.
Yeah.
And it resets all the timers on all your appliances. Because I'm the kind of guy that's got to have my appliances set to the times. Like
or like daylight savings time when you have to manually put your car forward and like you're sitting in your car before work for like 15 minutes that first morning trying to figure out the clock. It's like I only did it every 6 months.
Yeah, I've got thankfully I've got a new car now that does that automatically. But
dude,
yeah, so back in the day, right?
I just got a new I have a 2019 car, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I was helping my dad move today, and I'm driving with my friend is in the passenger seat next to me, and it's for those of you guys that aren't here, it's hot as shit in Omaha right now, and it's gonna get hotter.
It's summertime, yeah, it's hot.
It's been a brutal summer though, and
I'm like, you know what I think it is well, no, not necessarily that, but I think we've just had really mild summers, and I noticed that after I got out of the military and came home, and people are just fucking spoiled by it because I remember being a kid and being in some fucking brutal summers in Omaha, dude. Like
I remember like the worst summer of my entire high school year or high school tenure.
Yeah.
Our air conditioning blew out. And I can remember going home from football practice in the mornings, and like it was hotter, and it's like 100 degrees outside, and the house was just a heat box. And I would walk in the house, and it would be cooler outside than it was.
Yeah, dude. Like, I don't know how them damn pioneers did it, man.
I know, I'm gonna do it. But no, so we're driving, and so it's been hot as shit, right?
Yeah.
And I've been blasting my AC nonstop all summer. So eventually it stopped working. It started still blowing air, but it's not blowing cold air. It's like I just had a fan in there.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck's going on? So I've been like trying to set up time to get it, or trying to push some time aside on a weekend to like take it in and get it looked at. Because it's still under warranty. It's a brand new car.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
what kind of car did you say that was again?
It's a Kia.
Okay, Kia, yeah.
Yeah, so it's a brand new car, and it's like, I'm like, I guess I can see the AC going out. I've had it on full blast almost every day. I've been fucking working. So my friend, we're in the car, and we just got home. My dad moved for what was it, almost 7 hours today, and the air is just blowing. And Jordan's like, he's like, you gotta fucking take this thing in. I'm like, I know, dude. I've been trying to fucking make some time to take it in. And
you know what sucks about those warranties though is like you pay all this extra money to get one, and then every time they're like, "Oh yeah, that's not covered in the warranty, bud."
Yeah,
like, oh sorry.
Yeah,
well, your fucking tire like falling off in the middle of you driving. Oh yeah, not covered under warranty, dude. The only thing you're covered under your warranty is if the fucking radio light goes out.
Right. So I'm like, I'm not the most car literate. I'm not a car guy. I'll be the first one to tell you that. And I'm not a tech guy. And there's so much tech in cars, I'm completely lost now.
Yeah.
So Jordan starts fucking around with my dashboard, right? With my AC, with the air conditioner and everything. I don't know if it was me or if it was my girlfriend. We're the only two people that have ridden in my car for like the last month, right? I don't know what she did or what one of us must have bumped the button because the AC button was just switched off.
Oh my god!
So I had been driving around. I would have taken time like cut out a 4-hour block to take this down, raise hell at the dealership, and they just would have pressed the fucking button.
They would have charged you like $200 for that shit.
No, they wouldn't charge me anything. They would. It's under warranty.
Well, no, like I said, the button being off, no, the warranty, $200 for labor.
Warranty is like insurance. It's like it's like your homeowner's insurance. Your fucking roof caves in or something. They're like, well, you didn't put the period after the acronym for street, so we don't know if that's your address.
Yeah, dude. Like, fuck. They'll like conveniently too. Like, all your car stuff will start to fuck up like the month after your warranty expires. Because they always try to get you to buy that extended warranty, and it's like, dude, like my buddy was just telling me today he spent $3,000 for an extended warranty on like his older like Chevy Cruze, like a 14, right? Okay. And he's like, dude, I've had to put like $1,500 into this car because they keep telling me it's stuff not covered under the warranty. I'm like, dude, you might as well have just pocketed that money and then just use that to pay for the parts. Well, not even that, just put that, because it's like a decent, it's a decent car, but like cars require maintenance, right?
Right.
So like you pay that $3,000 thinking you're going to have all that stuff covered. And then you end up getting like 2 or 3 things. You just like, the hose coming undone isn't covered under warranty or some dumb thing like that.
Well, that's the thing, man. These places, these dealerships, these car companies, they're businesses.
Yeah.
They wouldn't offer a product or service if they didn't make money off of it. If everyone was cashing in their warranty, and it's like the shit goes down and they go and they fix it, and it happens all the time, they wouldn't be doing it. They're counting on that car making it past the warranty, and if it doesn't, then there's some kind of fine print that fucks you over. They wouldn't sell the shit if it didn't make money.
I've read under this thing, right, that these newer Ford trucks can, from just shock of being driven a lot, like bumpy conditions or whatever, can make like these cables like come loose in the engine that that connect to these fuel injectors, right?
Right.
And they call it in the industry, like if you're a Ford mechanic, like a 50-cent fix. Because what you can do is you can stick 2 quarters in between these like cables in this compartment, if you know what you're doing. And it'll fix it forever. Like they'll kind of weld into place, and they'll fix that cable issue.
Yeah.
And it causes like all these issues, like your truck like sputtering and like shaking a lot and like doing all this weird stuff. And the guy was like saying, oh, if you take this in, they're gonna order a fucking $50 part or something like that from Ford and charge you $500 for installation. And it's like, dude, you like could go in there and just, if you know what you're doing, save yourself and just do it with just 2 quarters, like 50-cent fix.
Those mechanics are scam artists too. I remember I went to oil change, one of those like quick lube oil change places. It's like $25 back when I was in high school. I had an old shitty Escort.
Back when oil changes were $25. So
I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, it was in '98, so yeah.
Oh yeah, 20 years ago.
Yeah. So that was the car, but. So I remember I took it in, and the guy's like, yeah, your back tail or your back light's out. Not like the tail light, but the other brake light that's like up on the back of the car.
Yeah.
What he looks at.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, we can. I'm like, okay. He's like, we can fix that for you. I'm like, how much? He goes, $57. I'm like, it's a fucking light bulb. I can get one at Walmart for $6.
How do they even take off the plates for the light bulbs on cars?
I don't even remember how.
Dude, I wish I knew how to do that kind of stuff. That'd be a total skill that would come in useful for my life, man.
Fuck yeah. Well, I remember my brother went to one of the same. I think it was the same place.
Yeah.
And he got the $25 oil change. You know, he had a little piece of shit Honda, right? And I can remember.
If it was a Honda, it still was probably his engine was driving good then.
Oh yeah. I can remember he ran that thing into the fucking dirt though.
Yeah, man.
I can remember. He's like, yeah, I got my oil change done for $25 that they had advertised. And
yeah.
Thing, and they're like, yeah, that'll be $67.99. He's like, excuse me, it's $25. And they're like, well, we wouldn't did this, and this. I would have, and he paid it, and I was like, dude, I would have been like, oh shit, thanks for doing all that shit for free for me because I didn't fucking ask you to do it.
Yeah, dude, they can't be doing that.
No, that would be like if I went in to get $100 tattoo, and my artist drew a bunch of other extra shit on me and then tried to charge me $400.
It'd be like I went at a Burger King, order number 2, and they gave me a bunch of number 6s on top of that and charged me for it. I'd be like, bitch, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I didn't ask for this.
I'm like, thanks for giving me that shit for free because I didn't ask for it.
Yeah.
I'm certainly not paying for it. And like, if you're gonna leave, but you get into sticky situations with those places because they'll just hold your fucking car.
Yeah, they will, because you'll like sign some paperwork.
Call the cops and have them come bust it out.
Yeah, you'll like sign some paperwork or something, and you didn't read the fine print. This is you can't have your car back or something like that until you do the repairs or something.
That's like when Terrence Crawford went to jail for vandalizing that auto shop. It's like I'm not a Terrence Crawford fan. I'll be the first one to tell you, but I would not be surprised to find out it was that kind of thing.
Yeah, probably.
All these extra charges and like you can't have your fucking car because what do? You do feel helpless when they do shit like that.
Yeah,
it's like the cops aren't going to come because it's a civil thing. The cops can't just come say, "Hey, give him his car back." So it's like you now feel like you have to take. It's like you're going to go 4 months in a civil court case that you're probably going to lose because this dude's a business owner and has more money than you, and you don't have a car for 4 months now. Like you feel desperate and like, yeah, I'm going to fucking kick this guy's ass if he doesn't give it back to me. You know, I'm going to pull up with a shotgun and we'll see what he does now. You know, it's like that. Like, yeah, I can understand how people get that way and would do that because there's nothing you feel helpless.
Well, look at it like what hospitals do, man. They make you sign that paperwork that's like you have to do the treatments that we're going to give you, otherwise we refuse to serve you or something like that. Because like then you do that, and then I mean, like you can go in there with a fucking broken toe, and they'll give you a CAT scan on your fucking head, and you can't do anything about it, and they'll charge you for it.
What was your stand-up joke about how they
make you do P test? I walked in for a broke. Yeah, and it's
women go to the hospital or to the doctor, they make them take a piss test.
Yeah, so anytime a woman goes to the hospital for anything, right?
Hospital or doctor?
The hospital, emergency room, anything, like any kind of like a treatment thing where they're like going for like headaches or they're going for like a broken arm or something like that, and they'll still make them do a pregnancy test because they want to give them they need to know if they're pregnant to give them medication. Yeah. So like that's like a common known thing is that they always make women do that. So I have like the stand up bit where like I went to this fucking emergency room and like with a clearly broken foot, right? And I go in there and the doctor's like, all right, strip down naked and go and take this pregnancy test. I'm like, oh, all right, okay. And then so it's fucking ridiculous, right, man? So I come back. I guess I'm pregnant, dude. I don't even fucking know, man. What's up?
I just had testicular cancer. If a man pisses pot, is that an urban legend or is that true?
Dude, I don't even know. We'd have to ask a medical expert. I don't know about that.
Let's just Google it real quick. Yeah. Man pisses positive pregnancy test. I heard it means you have like penile cancer, testicular cancer.
Something like that. Well, the pregnancy test, for what I understand, like tests hormones in urine to tell if that only get released if you're pregnant. Okay. But there's like some crazy causes that can make a pregnancy test false pop.
Yeah.
Like false pop hot. But I don't know exactly what they are. I've never like really looked into it.
Pregnancy tests detect beta human chorionic.
Beta human.
Yeah, I know.
Well, I won't make any of those because I'm an alpha human.
Yeah, I know. But this is from ABC News, and it's from like a doctor. A hormone in the blood and the urine produced by a developing placenta. Experts say beta HCG can also signal testicular cancer. So it's not a sure thing, but it is like if you're a dude and if any of you dudes out there are inspired to go piss in a pregnancy test and you test positive, you should probably go to the doctor.
Probably. You also might want to reevaluate your life that you're taking a pregnancy test.
Well, maybe they heard our show and they're like, fuck, I want to try that.
Maybe we're gonna get somebody in the hospital because they find out they have testicular cancer.
Somebody's fucking life, dude.
You know what you can thank us with by donating to us on
I think that's a good way to close it too.
I think so. Yeah, we're out running out of time. That's a good segue, huh?
Yeah, make sure you donate to us on Anchor, like us on Facebook. Bread and Circuses by Big Bill Media. That is the name of the page.
You'll see all our announcements when we're going to be doing certain guests. If there's any changes to our schedule or anything like that. It seems like right now we're kind of having it because both me and Caleb are doing all this crazy stuff right now. So moving studios and everything. So
you are going to be gone 2 weeks, right? Or right.
I'm going to be gone for the next 2 weekends, so we're going to be playing some older shows that we pre-recorded, just so you guys can have some.
I don't think we have any.
Really? What? Well, we tried pre-recording them, and they got messed up or something.
Fucking like technology sucks dick. Yeah. So we got 2 weeks. I can guarantee we won't have a show on one of them.
Yeah, Caleb might come in and do a solo show just so we can get some stuff out there for you guys.
Yeah, because we don't want to leave y'all without nothing for 2 weeks. I might have Ricky or Sean or somebody just come in and sit in. We should talk for 30 minutes or something like that. But
have Ricky come on or have both come on again. That was fun.
So Sean's working weird hours though. But me and Nick will be back on here. What is it? First week of August. So.
Yep. First week of August. I'll be back with some more fresh, actually recorded stuff. So appreciate you guys understanding. I got some crazy stuff I got to go do that I can't really get out of. So yeah.
All right, y'all. You guys have a good night. I'm going to go to fucking bed.
Yeah. Peace out. Deuces, boys. Later.